Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Video von mir. Wir schauen uns heute die 10 Most Insane Minecraft Hardcore Worlds an. Das ist ein Video von SharkyCraft, was er hochgeladen hat. Schaut da gerne vorbei. Wir gucken uns das Ganze an. Let's go.
Did you know there are hardcore Minecrafters who play without a totem, or even crazier, with only half a heart? I collected 10 of what I think are the most insane hardcore words in Minecraft, and let's start with the first one.
Bin ich sehr gespannt drauf.
Streamer Dame the Time, currently at day 9100. He does no creative planning and builds everything live on Twitch. Let's take a look at his world. His main area, what he calls the starter town, is huge, and there he has the storage room and some small farms. The statues and builds he has done in this world are out of this world. Actually, some of them are, because this one is in the end. But the craziest part is that Dame the Time builds them in hardcore without doing any creative planning and has never used Litematica. I really love the End Island Dragon Castle. This looks amazing. Sky Kingdom, which is floating in the air, and the Fallen Angel, and also the Nether Castle build. In total, this world has more than 25 of these builds, one more impressive than the other. It's not often that you see people build these things without any planning.
Das ist geil gebaut.
He streams 6
finde ich
times
cool.
a week on Twitch, where you can see him build these things live, and I really hope he won't lose this world anytime soon, because I can't wait to see what he builds next. But next up, we have another Twitch streamer called The Guy 1604. His world is around 3,400 days old.
Okay, das ist ja schon ein Drittel.
Not the regular hardcore, but half a heart hardcore, which literally means you only have half a heart. But this didn't stop him from killing the Wither and getting all the advancements.
Moment. Warte, der spielt auf einer Welt, wo man mit einem halben Herz lebt? Das heißt, der darf ja nie Schaden, also bis auf das Totem nie Schaden bekommen haben. Das ist ja geisteskrank.
This guy's world itself might not be as insane as some of the other ones, but I really like it. First of all, he doesn't use raid
Das ist schon krass, dass er das spielen kann.
Since he thinks those are too OP. Instead,
Das ist schon
he has
krass.
this cool small trading hall for clerics. He calls them to the front, then trades with them and sends them back. A pretty unique trading hall.
Lol, das ist übel
Another thing
cool.
I really loved about this world is the creeper farm. He uses a cast to shoot the levitating creepers with fireballs, killing them and getting the gunpowder. I mean, who comes up with this? This is amazing. You can find him on Twitch and YouTube, but we found the next insane.
Das sind schon zwei coole Sachen. Also ich glaube, dass es auch relativ schwierig ist, vor allem weil du halt eben immer nur auf einem halben Herz bist. Hä? What the fuck? Ich wusste gar nicht, dass das geht.
He's currently on his 4th hardcore world.
Oh, das sieht aber gut aus schon. Ohne dass wir es sehen.
His most famous world is probably the Season 2 world, where he played for over 5 years, but sadly died because of a baby zombie. My favorite build from that world was probably the Sky City. It was this cool looking ocean monument surrounded by small islands. And on top of there was this big island where the city was located. But in this current world, he has built even more impressive builds, like the Endlantis. It is probably one of Filza's most famous builds.
Ja, quasi das End einmal komplett geflutet. Also sowas habe ich schon gesehen. Muss ich aber sagen, es wäre jetzt nicht das, worauf ich Bock hätte, das zu bauen.
An island that is completely covered in water, terraformed and decorated with corals. The obsidian pillars are mostly intact, so instead of end crystals, now we have beacons. All the water was also hand placed by Phil, so it took him quite some time. Another Filza's build is called Flowerfall. It's a dried out ocean monument that is decorated with lots of flowers. The whole build is very cool, and the monument is mainly made out of coral blocks and coral. Around the build are also those strip leaves that look super cool in my opinion. Under the monument is a small version of the end, surrounded in black concrete to make it look like the void. Anyway, if you want to know more about Filza's worlds, there is a wiki page for many of them. But moving on, Twitch streamer and YouTuber Linksy, currently at around 20.500 Minecraft.
Boah, das ist krank. Na gut, kommt drauf an, wie viel er geschlafen hat, ne? Aber das ist schon 20.500.
Starting with an ocean theme, we have this ocean perimeter that has a monument in the middle. And
finde ich sieht nicht so cool aus, bin ich ehrlich.
At the bottom there's a coral reef that used to be bedrock, but after the 1.17 update it got turned into deep slate. So Linksy decided to turn the floor into a coral reef. It also has this cool Pirates of Caribbean inspired shipwreck at the bottom. This is also the place where Linksy starts and ends all of his streams. The monument itself is held up by 4 huge tridents that are overgrown. Inside the monument there's a guardian shooting up a huge beam, and also a lot of different small farms. Moving into the nether, we have
Das ist wiederum was geil aussieht. Unten vor allem der Boden sieht halt cool aus.
That looks like this. Everything nicely gold themed. The castle in the sky sits on top of the floating cloud, and inside of it is a bartering hall with sorting systems for the piglin drops. I really like how everything looks here.
Ja, schon gut gebaut, aber.
First of all, Link removed the end
Er hat sogar gespawnproof da mit den Druckplatten. Musst du wahrscheinlich auch ansetzen, das ist zu nerven.
To do that. In the center, there's an Enderman farm, and around it are many different small islands.
Das finde ich auch eine coole Idee.
Hardcore hearts next to each end gateway. All in all, Link has an amazing world, and he streams it every day on his Twitch channel. But now, let's see the next world. Streamer Cheeky, who has a hardcore world in more than 10,200 days and doesn't use a totem or tube TNTs. So let's see what he has managed to build. In the end, the whole end island is removed, and this was done by just hand mining with beacons. At the end is also where his main storage room is. And the explanation to that is that you can access it from multiple points of the overworld, and you will always be teleported back to your bed. That's pretty clever. GK has also built the creeper farm into the ocean perimeter. This was again all hand dug from start to finish. One of the other areas he has is the toxic waste lake with a massive barrel and a wooden crate. You can also notice a snake swimming around, which is pretty cool. Inside the massive wooden crate, he has a squid farm and a shark farm, making it practical. In the nether, you can find another perimeter with a castle and fully decorated floor. This is used to cover up a
das ist wahrscheinlich das Coolste aus seiner Welt, würde ich sagen, was wir gesehen haben.
Nice to have. GK is the longest I could find, and the builds he has done are truly impressive. I wish I could show you everything, but we need to move on to the next hardcore world. Streamer John Bams, who has been playing in a single hardcore world for over 3 years and is currently at day 14,000. He also doesn't tube TNTs. His world includes some very cool and massive builds.
Wieso ist ein TNT-Tubing so ein Ding, dass das nicht gemacht wird? Das weiß ich nicht. Also ich finde eher, dass das Sand-Tubing ist halt kacke. Das weiß ich halt nicht. Aber, ja. Bin ich der Einzige, der das macht, gefühlt? Das ist ja Wahnsinn.
Starting right off with his main area, which is a jellyfish-shaped palace and already looks amazing, although it's not even finished. On the inside, it has many.
Aber es ist halt auch nur eine Blockfarbe, ne? Das ist halt auch relativ einfach zu bauen an sich, weil du halt über die Farben hier keine Gedanken machen musst. Oder wenig.
Of every single villager job. Can't even imagine how long that took. He also has built a wheat farm that has 60,000 wheat planted and can be harvested with just one click. The funny part is,
meine Nase fickt mein Leben.
Is that it takes him 3 days of streaming to replant all of those. The perimeter he has was dug without any TNT tubing. He either collected materials to craft TNTs or was just manually digging. This has 2 farms on the inside, a creeper farm below and a witch farm above it, which is a really good way to use it. You can also find smaller builds like this honey farm in the world, a ice villager ice farm, or another work in progress, the nether perimeter. I really like what he has done, but let's see another world. Twitch streamer called Looney. His hardcore world was at day 6,560, but unfortunately he died. So let's see what he managed to build in that time. First, let's check out Looney's nether hub. That looks like this. It must be one of the most insane hardcore builds that I have seen. The whole theme of this build and everything just fits together so well. And let's not even talk about the size. This thing is huge. But next is the ocean monument that Looney built. Just look at this. This is amazing. The pattern on the floor.
Irgendwie baut jeder den Nether Hub oder ein Ocean Monument neues. Also entweder klickt sich das, wenn du das halt machst, relativ gut. Oder die haben einfach, also es gibt wenig Ideen, mal so richtig was anderes zu bauen. Also so ein paar schwebende Inseln oder so, du hast ja in Minecraft nicht so wirklich die Grenze gesetzt, aber also es wird doch noch irgendwer anders auf die Idee kommen, was zu bauen, was jetzt nicht ein Ocean Monument ist oder ein Nether Hub. Oder vielleicht hat Schalke auch nur danach gesucht, keine Ahnung, ich weiß nicht, aber die werden ja bestimmt noch andere Ideen haben, außer nur das zu bauen.
looks so cool. Also those tentacle looking things that are coming out of the water.
Das muss ich sagen, ist schon cool. Die Tentakeln sehen gut aus. No front an der Stelle.
The inside of the modified ocean monument is also filled with all kinds of stuff. Basically, there's a lot to look around in this area alone. But this is how Looney's stronghold looks like. There's like this end-themed tree in this middle with a portal inside it. Everything else is also end-themed, and my favorite part is the Endermen that are stuck here. Moving to the end, we can see this. The end island that is fully removed and replaced with a huge sword.
Das sieht einfach aus wie so ein, also irgendwas, was so ein Dreijähriger gezeichnet hat, muss ich sagen. Also klar, das Schwert und so, das sieht cool aus, aber das Gesicht und die Haare, also der Körper, das sieht schon aus wie ein Dreijähriger.
Cylinder. On top of that is this massive statue that has a trident in one hand and a sword in the other. A super creative build, and I can imagine how time consuming it was to build it in hardcore survival. Looney also has ton of other things he has built, and he even has a word download.
Oh, das
so
sieht
check
auch
it out.
richtig gut
Next
aus.
up we have YouTuber The Mythical Sausage, whose word lasted over 2000 days, but he decided to end the series since Minecraft got an update to 1.18. The world is full of very detailed builds with a lot of islands decorated, like this one, which is Japanese style. Also, I really love that he has put in the work to even decorate the surrounding islands. This island, which is more
so ein kleiner
medieval
Vulkan.
style with the bee farm.
Das könnte man mal in Angriff nehmen, so einen
We
kleinen
have the
Vulkan zu bauen. Das ist
volcano
jetzt nicht,
island,
glaube ich,
and
nicht
the
so
details here are
zeitintensiv.
also
Das schafft man dann
amazing.
mal, also weiß
Also
ich nicht,
look at
5
this
oder 6 Stunden,
Enderman
glaube ich.
farm in the end. This has to be the prettiest Enderman farm I have ever seen. Mythical Sausage definitely has a lot of talent in building these things, but we have to move on to the next world. Now a YouTuber called Wumba. With his
Wumba
hardcore world,
die Welt ist krass, die habe ich schon gesehen.
8,700 days old. My
An der Stelle auch Wumba also macht gute Videos, könnt ihr auch gerne vorbeischauen. Der ist super.
favorite build by Wumba is probably the galaxy that he built into the end. I mean, just look at it. It looks so damn
ist so
good
krank.
if you ask me. Also, it took him over 100 hours to build it. Another more recent build he has is the giant map.
Kurz zu diesem, was ihr da seht, der kann teilweise in diesen Raum nicht reingehen, weil das einfach zu sehr laggt, weil durch die ganzen Maps, also verbrauchst du halt vom PC relativ viel Speicher und der kommt in diesen Raum teilweise ohne Lags gar nicht rein.
Made out of 7,900 smaller maps. Even though it lags pretty bad when being near it, it looks so cool
sieht
in my
richtig
opinion.
cool aus.
But now to the end. Sometime after building the galaxy, Wumba also built this thing on top of it. A huge spaceship. Doesn't it look amazing? It fits so well.
Ja,
with the
also ganz ehrlich, Wumba ist bisher die beste Welt. Kommt man nicht dran vorbei.
and the galaxy in my opinion. Wumba also has a video for each of his builds, so if you want to know more, go check those out. Then we have a YouTuber F-Whip, who is currently at the 2001.
F-Whip kenne ich natürlich auch, aber der baut halt so verschiedene Sachen, die halt nicht meinem Stil entsprechen werden. Also ich finde das halt, ist mir halt alles so ein bisschen zu braun vom Ton her.
100 in his hardcore world. The main area you see is full of his builds, like the very nice looking
Sieht natürlich trotzdem gut aus und ist gut gebaut, aber ist halt nicht das, was ich bauen würde.
medieval city that even has a bridge connecting to the other island. Then you can't leave out this massive tree he has built. I think it looks amazing. The city even connects further until you reach another bridge that is connecting two mountains. What I really like here is that instead of building smaller buildings all over the world, he has done like a city where everything is connected and in one place. Also, I gotta mention the end, which is completely rebuilt into this amazing looking
das ist auch
tree.
cool.
I wish him good luck and hope the city grows even bigger. Those are 10 insane hardcore worlds and I suggest checking them out. And thanks for watching this video.
Lasst auf jeden Fall mal ein Like auch da bei Schalker. Warte, ich mal das Video noch liken. Mein persönliches Highlight, die persönlich beste Welt ist halt Wumba, wenn man sich das Ganze anguckt hier.
Galaxy, Wumba also built this
Ja,
thing
warte
on
mal.
top. It looks so cool.
Das sieht schon gut aus. Okay, danke fürs Zusehen. Wir sehen uns im nächsten Video. Ciao, ciao.